So the other day, did a video on Tommy Robinson that wasn't particularly well received by a lot of people. So it goes, I guess. But then in the last few days, some interesting stuff's happened. So, a group of activists delivered a legal letter to Tommy's house, accompanied by police in the day, all above board. Probably shouldn't have sent brother Neuro, Dick Coughlan, to do it. You know, a bit controversial. All the rest of it has said some odd things in the past, but still, all things considered, fair and above board and all the rest of it. In response to this, even though Tommy wasn't there at the time, even though there were police there, even though it was during the day, apparently this is horrible intimidation of Tommy's wife and kids, and shouldn't be allowed. Fair's fair, I can see a kind of point there that they're making, that there's issues with the way it was done, but still, you can't really deliver a summons in a way that doesn't have some kind of issue. And well, yeah, there's just really no nice way to do it, I guess is what I'm saying. But what's the response? Well, how do Tommy and his friends respond to what's happened here? They go and they doorstep Mike Stuchbery.
It's fun to go to people's houses. It's fun. It's fun to... Come on, Mike! I want to chat, mate! You think it's fun intimidating people at their houses?
Now, he's a dick. Don't get me wrong, he is a complete helmet. But, you know, two things are capable of being wrong at the same time. And if you're trying to say that someone delivering a letter to your house with police oversight in the day is bad and wrong and terrible and shouldn't be allowed, well, then you probably shouldn't rock up to someone's house at 5 o'clock in the morning with your cronies banging on his doors and windows and demanding to have a chat. Because if you find the first thing intimidating, think how the other thing looks. Because the other aspect to this, which is interesting, especially in light of all the Dankula situation and everything, is that the people who make all kinds of excuses, and rightly so, for edgy content, for using slurs and so on in an ironic way, are going after Dick Coughlan over this, saying, oh, he's a horrible racist, pointing to a song he's done that's obviously ironic and taking the piss out of Nazis, and using that as an excuse to go after him. Well, look, free speech doesn't just work for you, it works for everyone. And if you're going to be consistent, then you need to defend Dick as much as you do Tommy. Look, basically, I've been proven right here, haven't I? Are any of you going to admit that at any point? That I was right about Tommy, that he's a hypocrite, and that, yeah, pinning your colours to his mast isn't a particularly great idea, because he's exploiting you, and he doesn't really believe in much of anything that he says. Well, that's obvious, you know. Tommy's got drugs records, you know, bit of a cokehead, bit of a fiend when it comes to that sort of thing, and yet here he is attacking Coughlan for being a crack addict or whatever. Whether he still is or not, I don't know. Like I say, he probably wasn't the best choice to deliver a letter of that kind, but even so, look, you got to be consistent, and Tommy is using you. So I just think it's not a lot to ask, really, is it? That you just think. Anyway, trying out this new rig so I can walk and talk and get a bit more exercise, get out of the house, get some fresh air and so on. Bit of a test, there's building work going on, it's quite windy. Hopefully the mic works out alright, and hopefully the gimbal keeps this reasonably steady and doesn't make you dizzy. Alright, take care all. Zang. Old Fat Punks is part caper, part comedy, part nostalgia and part commentary. It follows three ageing punks as they build themselves up for one big, nihilistic last hurrah. You can buy Old Fat Punks at Amazon, Drive-Thru Fiction or Lulu.com. Follow the links below or search on those sites.
The police bring in reinforcements.